5,000 Aussie dollars, which is just ridiculous for me to come home.
That's Jason, an Australian serving his mandatory 14-day government quarantine in his hotel in Sydney. He had to pay almost 4,000 US dollars just so he could fly back to his home country from Singapore, where he is based for work. If some Americans are getting mad for having to wear masks, try being Australian, where you're not allowed to leave the country, you're lucky when you can even leave your state, and total city lockdowns are common even if there are just a few cases reported. And get this, if you're Australian abroad, you can't just book a flight and go home. You have to get on a wait list just like Jason.
I was originally booked back in February on an economy ticket from Singapore to Melbourne. And then due to the erratic behaviour of the Labor government in Victoria, all international arrivals were cancelled. And in order for me to rebook a flight into another international city, I got Sydney, I had to upgrade to a business class ticket to the equivalent of 5,000 Aussie dollars, which is just ridiculous for me to come home.
He has to pay 10 times what he normally pays just to fly home. And now he's stuck in a hotel for 14 days where he's not allowed to leave, even though he came from Singapore, a country with virtually zero COVID daily cases. But Jason might be considered lucky that he even made it back to Australia, because 36,000 Australians are trying to get back home right now, but they're being told to wait their turn. All because their country is capping the number of Australians that can come back at a time. They're so upset about Australia's extreme restrictions that they just filed a complaint to the UN Human Rights Committee, saying the government, quote, has arbitrarily breached their right to return to the land of their birth or citizenship, and that the right to return to one's native land is regarded as fundamental international law. People are upset because they're trying to get back home to maybe visit sick relatives or start jobs or university courses. Now, as an American, when I flew from Hong Kong to California last August, not only did they not even require a COVID test at the time, but they didn't even take my temperature when I landed. Now, obviously the US is not a model country here, but it just goes to show how extreme these two societies are. And let's be honest, Australia being an island nation has done an exceptional job of preventing COVID-19 from getting into the community. The entire country has had less than 1,000 deaths, and much of daily life right now is normal. But at what cost is it having to do all of this?
After more than 1 year, I'm glad that I've been finally able to make it home. However, it has been nearly impossible to be able to get here today.
Should citizens of a country be able to freely enter and leave even during a pandemic? I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. While you're at it, check out more of my videos about the pandemic, tech, money, and cultures. Subscribe to my channel and find me online at Uptin.